Hi, I'm Katie. And this is the story of a letter that changed everything. It all started on a quiet Thursday night. I was stuck in my room, supposedly writing a history paper, but my mind was miles away. It kept drifting to him, Ethan. Ethan was mysterious. He had this natural charm, the kind that makes you the center of the universe when he looks at you, but there was always something he was holding back. We'd been friends for a while, but lately, things had gotten a little more complicated. And it all began when he gave me a strange letter. We were just chilling outside after class, talking about the upcoming school dance, when he discreetly slid a small envelope into my hand. It was unmarked, the paper old and yellowed, frayed at the edges like a forgotten secret. "What's this?" I asked, holding it up. He didn't answer right away. He just looked at me with those intense, dark eyes, a faint smile playing on his lips. "Don't open it yet," he said, his voice low. "Wait until midnight." I blinked. "Midnight? Why?" He just shrugged, like it was the most normal thing in the world. "Trust me, just wait." Confused, I tucked the envelope into my bag, a weird mix of excitement and unease bubbling up inside me. The rest of the evening was a blur. I tried to focus on my paper, but the letter was all I could think about. What could be inside? Why the dramatic wait until midnight? As the clock ticked closer, I found myself standing in my room, watching the seconds count down. At exactly 11:59, with my heart pounding, I hesitated for just a moment before tearing open the seal. Inside, there was only one sentence, written in bold, black ink. "Meet me at the old bridge. I'll explain everything. E."
My heart skipped a beat.
Ethan had always been an enigma, but this was on a whole new level. Without a second thought, I grabbed my jacket and slipped out into the night. The streets were silent, almost too quiet, and a strange fog was rolling in, wrapping everything in an eerie blanket. I couldn't shake the feeling that something was about to go wrong. When I got to the bridge, I saw him! Ethan was standing there, leaning against the railing with his back to me. "You came," he said, without turning around. "Of course I came," I replied, my voice trembling slightly. "What is this about, Ethan?" He finally turned to face me, his expression serious, his eyes dark and intense. "There's something you need to know," he said, "something that you might not believe, but it's the truth." My heart started to race. "What are you talking about?" Ethan stepped closer, his voice dropping to a near whisper. "You remember that strange guy who's been following us? The one who's always lurking in the shadows?" I nodded slowly. "Yeah, but what does he have to do with it?" "All connected," he interrupted, his voice laced with urgency. "You and
We're in danger. There's a lot more going on than you realize."
And this letter?" He held up a second, identical envelope. "This isn't just a note. It's a warning. We need to leave. Now." Before I could even process his words, I heard footsteps behind me. A man stepped out of the fog, his face hidden by the shadow of a hood. The air grew thick with tension as he stared us down. Ethan immediately moved in front of me, shielding me with his body. "Stay back!" he commanded, his voice low and steady. The man didn't move, but his eyes darted between Ethan and me. "You shouldn't have come here, Ethan!" he said, his voice cold. "Now, you've brought her into this. It's too late for both of you!" A chill shot down my spine. Who was this guy? And why was Ethan so desperate to protect me? "I won't let you hurt her," Ethan said, taking a step forward. The man let out a dark, unsettling chuckle. "You can't protect her from this, Ethan!" The game is already in motion. Suddenly, there was a loud crack. The man collapsed, clutching his chest. I gasped, looking up to see Ethan standing over him, his hand still extended as if he'd just fired an invisible shot. The man groaned, trying to get up, but Ethan's eyes were like ice. "You should have stayed away," he said, his voice colder than I'd ever heard it.
The man let out one final gasp and went still.
I stared at Ethan, completely breathless. What just happened? Who was Ethan let out a long sigh, his expression a mix of regret and exhaustion. "I didn't want you involved," he said. "But I guess it's too late now." He dropped his letter on the ground. As I bent to pick it up, I noticed something written in tiny print on the back. "Trust no one, not even him."
My head snapped up, my heart pounding in my ears.
"What does that mean?" I asked, holding the letter out. Ethan's eyes flickered with a storm of emotions: regret, determination, and something else. ... Something deeper. It means, "This isn't over, Katie. And you're more involved in this than you could ever imagine."
I didn't know if I could trust him, but the look in his eyes told me one thing for sure.
He wasn't just trying to protect me, and the danger I was in was just beginning. Thanks for watching. If you're dying to know what happens next, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you won't miss the next part of the story. See you soon.